Alright. What's up, guys? It's PBSolobear here once again with some Odin Sphere remastered. I don't know how to say the name there. Leifthrasir. This is going to be a demonstration with Gwendolyn. She's going to be our first character from left to right. So we're going to hit up Cornelius, Mercedes, Oswald, and Velvet. We're going to start with Gwen, who is Odin's daughter. In this demo, you can access several stages and experience the action and flow of combat. Move character with left and right, attack with square, jump with X, open item ring with triangle, open skill menu with L1. Keep fighting until you reach the end of the area where the boss awaits you. Alright, so we'll start with the controls. You can use the D-pad or the analog stick to move the character around. Whatever is more comfortable with you. Tapping square attacks. Attacking looks like it's slow, but when you start fighting, you know, it gets much faster. It actually speeds up, like the animation cancels and goes into the next attack, so you'll see it much quicker. Holding square blocks. Holding square and pressing forward does a little like large slash that covers a great distance. That's most noticeable and comes from the game Muramasa, which I have played Muramasa the Demon Blade, and also I played the original Odin Sphere. This is a remastered, by the way. This game is very good, so if you haven't played games like this and you played beat-em-ups, like old school beat-em-ups, 2D platforming, like Streets of Rage, Donkey Kong Country, or if you played much more recent Dragon's Crown, this is basically that type of gameplay. So if that's something you enjoyed, you will definitely enjoy this game. So moving on, holding square while blocking and pressing forward does your little dash attack, which covers great distance. Very good with gap closing on enemies who are across the screen, and you can do it up to 3 times. And I believe you can do it in going in the same direction. Yeah, you can go in the same direction with it, but I believe it is not as quick as going left and right. But you'll get the idea, you'll get comfortable with it. But again, most noticeable in Muramasa, so if you're a Muramasa fan, definitely the attack setup you would approach with. X jumps, you can double jump, and if you hold X while you're in the air, she is a Valkyrie, Gwendolyn's a Valkyrie, so she does float, which is pretty cool. And I believe you can attack from this angle or this situation. I'm at a loss of words. And it does like a dive bomb attack. It's really good. It's like a dive kick, if you will. Triangle opens up your items, which is a really cool, intuitive way to show your items. L1, R1 switches categories. So you're at equipment, mandragoras, which are, I believe, might be edibles. Edibles in this game is where how you eat, you know, grapes and whatnot. When you do eat it, of course, regains health and gives you experience. I'm not sure if it does too much else besides that. Something I'd have to look into. Seeds you can grow. You can actually plant seeds in the ground. And when you notice me fighting, on the top right corner of the map or the screen, you'll see purple diamonds icon. You'll be seeing like those type of like it'll come from enemies and things of that nature, where you'll see like sparkling purple diamondish kind of icon or picture or image. I keep saying picture image. You'll see basically the item floating around, where you can either absorb it using this, which is R1. You absorb it into your weapon, which goes to the top left corner under PP, or it will be going to the seed that you grow into the ground. So circle is a shortcut to do some of your special moves, which I believe that they added a lot in this game. I don't know if they were originally in the game at all, but I do then know that there are a lot of new moves that all the characters have. So it's kind of like basically playing the game fresh and brand new all over again, which I'm looking forward to. So that brings us into L1, which will bring up your action menu. Action menu shows you, well, you know, moves that are available to you. Basically, it's your command list. If you're familiar with fighting games, you bring up your command list with the L1 button. So that brings us to high thrust, which if you press X at this menu will activate whatever it is that you're highlighting. We're not going to press X to activate. We're actually going to be pressing square to set shortcut. And the only reason we're going to be setting shortcut is to actually see the commands easier here. You can actually do the commands easier by pressing circle and whatever direction is designated, and you can change that if you'd like. I'm not sure if you can change it in the demo though. Or you can actually do the input the regular way, which is, again, if you're familiar with fighting games, especially that of Street Fighter. These are like some Street Fighter commands here. Down, up, you know, down, over for fireball, like a Hadouken or any other fireball, if you will, and half circle forward motion. So there's quarter circle, half circle, and then like the charge motion, but there's no charge in this game like a flash kick or a sonic boom in fighting games or in Street Fighter. It's just down, up. So half circle forward motions, if you're familiar with Deadly or Ibuki. As you can tell, I play a lot of Street Fighter. I know a little bit about the game. And if you're familiar with King of Fighters, that command is also in that game as well. But if you aren't familiar with doing these type of commands, again, pressing circle in any direction is a shortcut version of doing that. Give me a second, let me fix my camera because I know it is trying to auto adjust consistently. So I did fix that for you. Okay, moving forward. Okay, so we have high thrust, which is going to be the, oh, I press X anyway, which is that animation. You go drill upward into a slicing strike airborne. We're gonna go back into our menu, which is done by pressing down, up, square, or up and circle. Then we have needle strike, which is done with quarter or half circle forward and square, or with forward and circle, or of course by activating from here. Then we have ice shot, which is under magic. If you notice, there's action, action, magic, magic. Ice shot is magic. It costs 5 crystals. Crystals are what you absorb, like the purple crystals. They go to your blue crystals, which is PP. Basically, it's kind of like the same thing. It's 2 different currencies, but one can be used for the other. So that action is going to be quarter circle forward, which is the fireball motion, and square, or just circle without pressing any direction, which you saw me doing the projectiles earlier. That's what that was. Icicle wave is done with down and circle, and I don't think there is a command for this. I don't think you can set a command. Let's see if you could set something. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, so I didn't know you can do this here. So you can add forward, and I'm going to say diagonal and up, which is kind of like it's like the fireball motion, but it's starting from the right. So starting from forward or back, and then going upwards instead of down and then going forward. So I can do it in that motion. That's the only one that really works besides up down, which is a reverse from down up, so it's the reverse from high thrust. It goes up down. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's try forward to up. There we go. And that costs 9 crystals. So as of right now I have 13, so let's try to use it. It's going to be forward and then towards up, forward and then up and square, and it does that, which is pretty cool. It costs a lot of special. It's PP, which I'm guessing is power points. Let me see, what else haven't we covered? Again, R1 absorbs crystals, which you're going to be seeing later on. Holding down is crouching. Holding down and then holding square charges up. You let that go, you do like a power swing. She kind of moves in shadows, which is kind of like another, I would say, nod to like fighting games is where you'd see a lot of that at. If you just tap circle, or excuse me, tap square, you'll just do a slide, which from what I understand is like a crush guard. So if enemies are blocking, you slide and you can break their guard, from what I can remember. So let's move on. As you notice, there's chests and stuff that you can open and crates that you can break. Here's our first enemy, which are these bears. And there's the glowing crystals that I was referring to before. So you can absorb them. Oh wow, he just like homed on to me. Oops. There we go. So fighting is a lot faster when you actually hit confirm into something, or hit something that you're attacking. Let me see. Coins, of course, is used for buying certain things, so you'll run into NPCs that actually have things that you can purchase. Every area you get graded on, so I guess got an A, and then it gives you a treasure chest according to which one, and it's kind of like Diablo-esque or any dungeon crawler where the higher grade, the better treasure, and the better rewards inside. Oh yeah, one thing I was going to cover, going back to action, magic things cost, you know, the PP, which is under your health bar. The action actually just goes towards your power bar. So if we do high thrust, which is down up, or needle strike, which is quarter circle forward, so down up, you'll see me charge up and then do an attack. That goes towards, that takes some of your power meter, which regenerates on its own. And you can actually do some of your moves airborne, so that's really cool too. There we go. So you'll see me do like a 3-hit combo or 4-hit combo, send them airborne, and then go right into my needle strike, which is a really, really good way to end a lot of foes in the demo, that is. I picked up some fruit. To pick up items, you do press down. So it's kind of like you're actually picking it up, like you would pick up something in real life. What is this? This looks like there's something. Oh, it's just a jar. Okay. To pick up coins, you just gotta walk over them. I did pick up a fruit, which is I'm gonna get into after I fight these foes here. Oh, I'm not even sure what that was. I think I just crit. I'm not sure exactly what that was about. So she was just blocking, and I just slid to break her guard. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I got a healing tonic, so I'm going to take a look at some of my items here that I got. We got the Muggle. So Muggle is a fruit or edible that I picked up earlier, the level, or the area before this one. I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and it's going to heal me. I took a little bit of damage, but it's going to heal me and then give me some experience as well. My experience bar goes up a little bit. Now that was just a small variation of the fruit. Okay, you can eat it again. So I thought it was just like 1 usage per fruit. I forgot. Sometimes fruit take 2 usage or 3. What's up, Flesh? And then some fruit actually drop seeds. This is our first seed we're actually picking up, so we're gonna go to our seeds, and you can actually plant this. So if we plant this and then kill things around us, so I was absorbing some of the crystals. If I put that into the ground, you know, the crystals go towards it. So kind of like it's this game's variation of water. You grow the plants, and then the plant, you know, grows up, and then it sprouts more fruits. So you can basically, if you can pick up 1 fruit and you know how to plant and plant effectively, you can keep using the same seed over and over to replenish health. But that's not the only way you get health in this game. Yeah, I haven't played Odin Sphere in a while either, Flesh. So I do plan to upload this onto to YouTube, so anyone viewing from there, I am playing on Twitch TV, so I'm going to be responding to people who are talking to me live. But yeah, I did play the original Flesh. I played the original Odin Sphere, and I beat all the books except one, which is the Armageddon book. But my friend actually had a file, and I played Armageddon through his file, so I did, in a way, can fully complete the game. But the new remastered version is definitely, they definitely added a lot of new mechanics, which I'm trying to go over as much as I can. So we've been picking up potions and things of that nature. We have some volcano potions, which I'm going to be going into a little bit later. We have blaze, cyclone, and then we have healing tonics. So healing tonics is basically the same, serve the same purposes as fruits, except of course you don't have to grow them, and I don't believe they give you experience, they just give you life back. So if you want to go ahead and just drink that, you know, while you're in the middle of a fight, of course do it when you're safe, and you'll be good to go. You 100% of this game to hell? Well, now it's back and it has trophies and achievements, and I know you like to go after those. So my favorite attack to do with Gwendolyn is her basic square combo, and then, you know, when she does her 4th hit and it kind of sends them airborne, I go into my needle strike, which is a new mechanic, which of course is one of the new moves from the remastered. We'll see how well it does against a mid boss. Alright, so it's super effective. I don't know if I'm like overpowered for the content, for the demo. I don't know if they made you super powerful. But I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate one of these potions I have here. Let's go ahead and throw down a blaze. Try to push him into that. Oh, he's not gonna let me. Okay, so he walked into it. So he's taking a little bit of damage. So blaze is like okay. I'd imagine volcano would be much more powerful. I did go through the demo with Gwendolyn earlier, so I do know how powerful it is. But it seems like her best bread and butter combo is square, 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 which is square 4 times, of course. And then as soon as they go airborne off of that attack, she does like her fourth attack is heavy. You go straight into your special move, which is going to be the needle strike. Very, very good. Got another volcano potion. I got cyclone. Got some grapes and healing tonics. That's really good. If you want to move faster with Gwendolyn, definitely gliding is super recommended. Like, you go so much faster. Alright, we're going to go on to the next area. Let's try to hit up some cyclone, or let's try blaze again. We're going to mess around with more potions. I don't think there's any enemies here. Says resting area. So usually in the resting area you might find NPCs selling things. So let's see what we find. Let me just give you a brief demonstration on what some of them do. So blaze does that. You know, a lot of damage in one spot. Very good for bigger enemies who kind of like don't really move too much or really slow. It burns in that spot for a very long time, so that's good, decent added damage. Cyclone drops a tornado or cyclone in front of you that moves quite a decent distance. So really good for airborne enemies, especially ones that flinch a lot. And then Volcano is like napalm basically, so it travels along the ground doing massive damage. From what I've seen, it does massive damage. So I usually save Volcano for bosses and stuff like that. If you look at the top, you'll see kind of a variation of the map or your surroundings, because the square only shows what you can actually see on screen, the little rectangle that you're in. Of course, Gwendolyn is the humanoid that's in it. That's me. And then everything that's white seems like something you can interact with. So you can interact with these crystals. They drop the currency of the game where you can actually plant and do other things. So let's see if we can plant a seed. Yeah, it actually went in. And then when you expose the plant to these sprites, it grows the tree, which is like really cool. Actually, you can hold R1 and square release phosons to make seed grow. I did not know you can do that. Wait, hold on. Square plus R1. I did not know you can do that. That is really cool. Wow. Harvest fruit. I don't know if it drops anything else. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So that's really cool. I didn't even know you can do that. I'm not sure if that's a new mechanic. I don't remember being able to do that in the original. Let me see. I did notice I was dodging, so there's a way to dodge. Okay, so I really did not know that. So there's a dodge mechanic by holding R1, which is the same absorption animation to absorbing sprites. You can actually dodge by holding a direction and pressing R1. I don't know how useful this is. I don't know if there's invincibility frames in that, but I don't remember doing that in the original either. It's been a very long time since I played the original, but very useful, depending. Or, you know, if you're really mobile, you can like move around. So here's our first NPC.
I do not have a blade to coat with it.
You can buy and sell. All the coins I've been picking up, of course, go towards my currency. I have 107 gold right now. I can buy healing tonic and things of that nature. Let's try toxin. It gives you 2, which is really cool. I thought I would only get 1. Okay. And there's a bunch of other things like overload, which gives you more attack power, and painkiller, which basically gives you more defense. It's like hyper armor. Hyper armor is basically when you get attacked, you don't really flinch, so you can continue attacking without, you know, being interrupted. Let me see, creates a low mist that damages and poisons. So yeah, we have a poison cloud here that we're going to be using. I wonder if I could sell. What can I sell?
I have unfortunate.
So we have a lot of healing tonics. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of 2. It only sells for 10 gold? Never mind. 5! No, I'll hold on to it. Fuck you. That is way... That's a ripoff. Yeah, that's GameStop prices right there. Trade in, get like 5 cents. $5. Alright, so it puts us straight into our boss, which is a dragon. So he's a bigger guy. So we're going to go ahead and just open up with Volcano. I'm just going to throw that on him. And as you see, Volcano with my regular attack. Woo! Volcano with my regular attack does a lot of damage. He does stun you, but as long as you if you take a look at your health bar, I mean my health bar isn't going anywhere. I'm guessing you're just overpowered for the demo, so I wouldn't worry about being stunned. And I believe just rapidly pressing square will get you out of that. Again, you can block, but I mean, like, I don't know how good blocking a dragon is with this shield. I'd rather just fly and avoid. I was trying a power move. So, what was it called? Icicle Wave? Ah, yes. Yeah, I blocked him. He still stunned me. Let's go ahead and do Icicle Wave. It is a decent amount. I mean, if you have Volcano, I would just toss a Volcano. Ice Shot is quarter circle forward, okay. Let's go ahead. He dropped a Blaze. Let's go ahead and use the one we already had. Psych, I don't have it. Let's go ahead and just use the Toxin instead. Wow, the Toxin actually does a lot of damage. Oh, he dropped a big ass blob of garbage. I believe you can deflect that back at him, that big ass blob of garbage, and it actually will stun him if you can react to that. Is he poisoned or am I poisoned? Oh, he's poisoned. I guess the Toxin does work. Let's see if he can get poisoned to death. I guess not. So he's sucking in all the garbage again, I think. And then he can spit that out. He can also suck you up and spit you out as well. And I believe it does stun you, but it doesn't do too much damage because, of course, you're overpowered for the demo. But if you're playing the full game, you might want to watch out for that, especially if you're playing on a harder difficulty. So after beating him, that does end the demo. I'm going to be covering the other 4 characters as well. So that was the demo with Gwendolyn. Let me know what you guys think. Leave any comments below, anything like that, or if you feel like you like or hate the game, or any comments or questions that you might have, just don't, feel free to leave that there, and I'll be sure to reply. All right.